Okay, in this part, we are going to discuss about how images are working in the head and how do we apply uh, object recognition, which is what we have learned, to information graphics. We are going to follow the book, which is in Cognition in part 3, Images in the Head. The author firstly gave us some example about how to open an airplane door. Well, he wrote it to be very funny, and basically he mentioned that for his study purpose, he always look very, very carefully about what is the instruction on an airplane about how to open an airplane door. This is one of his findings. Both the pictures actually show that how to open airplane door. So when it is open, then people could jump out of the door here. He used this as an example, showing that it is kind of funny and may not be super good. He discussed that, this person looks to be scary, and jumping is like having the motion of jumping. You may feel confused about what is this about. There are just too much information, and you may focus on, oh, he's scared, that kind of stuff, instead of how to open the airplane door. And here he asked a group of students to discuss what might be the best illustration as a picture in visualization, and these are what they designed. So people would open the door like this way, and then the next step hold it this way, and the next. So basically, you would see this is the picture that is suggested, that is considered to be better than the one that was created at the beginning. But at the same time, you may feel that why, for the picture drawing above, why it doesn't draw a complete person out there? The author argues that, when our brain, when our eyes get image, and when our brain start to process, we actually process a person to be like this, and then this until it is a person. There are different levels of abstractions, and the last level would be a symbol like that, or even your brain showing is a person, even a character or a symbol. Well, so this make me feel very fun. Every day, when my kids come home, I ask, who did you see today? He would say, my teacher and my friends. Very few, it never, I think it never happened. He would say, I see some eyes, I see some legs, I see some no, he never say that kind of thing. So basically, in his mind, he already processed what they have seen to be a symbol, and actually why they know that is a teacher and those are friends or classmates. Well, the reason is that at the beginning, when we first took them to school, we say this is your teacher, those would be your friends. And then when they see them again, they know that is the teacher and that is the friend. Okay, so this, at the beginning, this example illustrates again what we see works together with our brain to produce predictions, to produce the results of cognition recognition results. In this chapter, the author focus on talking about, our brain when in the process of recognizing something, it was constantly doing comparison. Okay, so my kids went to school, and when they come back, they see some human beings. Instead of saying that in the school they see a lot of Mickey Mouse, I believe that in their brain they are comparing what they see to their to the teacher model, the friends model, and the Mickey Mouse model. At last, they draw a conclusion. Okay, those are teachers, those are friends, and they are not Mickey Mouse. And in this paragraph, the author mentioned that throughout history, people have been discussing about why we could recognize stuff. And one of the great conclusion that was drawn there, and for sure that was true, that we have been comparing stuff to what we have known, that we have already known. But at the same time, when we see such different pictures, we know, that would be a horse with a person riding on it, that kind of things. Then, do we compare that picture into our mind directly? Well, so this paragraph argues that we sometimes rotate the picture to a natural angle and then we compare them. That is something I never heard before. And for here, even though you see part of a little chair, you would still predict this might be a chair and this isn't. And also argues that when we see some of the features of a chair, we would compare to what we have seen before, and it might be possible for us to predict the whole image. So this part, it argues that we firstly would rotate stuff, and secondly, we would use features to predict what is the thing, what is out there. Okay, and this picture also show that not these features may also include how one part is connected to another one, how one part is close to another one. Basically, these images are twisted, but still we would recognize who are they. So it is arguing that we can also, one of the features is how the body parts connect to each other. Okay, so that was the first portion as we just mentioned. How the brain recognizes a thing. Well, so firstly, it has an image that is captured that is very detailed. But then the result is that it is a symbol. And how this symbol is created as a conclusion? Well, there might be many methods, but one method for sure is comparison. And what to be compared? Okay, as mentioned, we can capture part of the feature for comparison. We also may rotate a thing for first and then compare. And at last, the features used might be the connection of different components. When we have that knowledge, we can use it for visualization. For example, if we want to show a hand is holding an orange, then we can show these 3 different images. Then showing this idea, a person's hand showing an orange, what might be the easiest and best illustration? Well, we consider this one, because it is direct and easy for us to recognize. At the same time, there are less other things to draw our attention. Basically, we can apply what we have learned. So to represent something, we could use a very detailed image, and we can also use the relatively simplified symbols. For example, in this picture, this part is just very detailed, very detailed created. But all other parts like here are kind of as instead of trying to be represent as a picture, those are using sketches and symbols to show what is the things here. So this is an example showing us that when we are trying for information visualization, especially using shapes to represent some things, we can make the super detailed realistic, make it to be super detailed realistic method, and we can also use other methods such as using sketches to show the big idea. Because anyway, in our brain, we firstly see the detailed images as the eyes are capturing, then we create symbols using comparison of what was already exist in our brain to decide what is the symbol. When doing visualization, we can also use the same method. We can draw every detail of some particular thing. We can also use sketches to show the realistic thing that is out there, but with the major information. Okay, so as you see, the name of this little chapter is Images in the Head. So think again. Today, after the whole day, when you think back what was going on, you wouldn't say, oh, I meet a lot of eyes. I see a lot of eyes. Oh, I see a lot of mouth. I see a lot of legs. You will see, I see some particular people. Well, so by what you see, you draw a conclusion. Okay, you have seen some people and maybe what else? Tree. Okay, so we can actually use this. So when you try to visualize what you have seen, you would definitely take a picture. But if you want to draw what you have seen today, you would grab a paper and then draw what was happening for the day or what you have seen in sketches. Okay, that is a little illustration about this part. I wish you have learned something from here and you think more about how humans work as a machine, including the part of machine as the eyes and brains, and try to make use of it.